Hi again. Last week I promised we were going to look at the ultrasonic distance sensor, but unfortunately we had trouble getting it to work, so instead we added a buzzer to our traffic lights. I'll hopefully have the distance sensor sorted out when we return after the Christmas break. I've put this drawing up on the Dropbox folder, so you'll find all the code there as well. I've connected the LEDs up to pins 3, 5 and 7, or GPIO 2, 3 and 4. The buzzer is connected to pin 11 or GPIO 17, and the distance sensor is connected to pins 13 and 15 or GPIO 22 and 27. I finished connecting this up to my Raspberry Pi, and then we'll have a look at the code. Okay, here's the code for our traffic lights. So we just take the LED code from last week and repeat it a few times. So all we have is the red light being turned on and off, the yellow light being turned on and off, and the green light being turned on and off. The code for the buzzer is very similar also to the LED code. All we do is we turn the buzzer on, sleep or delay for a minute or a second, and then we turn the buzzer off again. What we want to do today is have our buzzer buzz 5 times when the lights are green. For that we're going to need a loop that repeats 5 times, and here's one I've prepared earlier. So I'll just run this first and then we'll have a look at the code. Okay, so we've imported our sleep again because we're going to have just a little delay so that you can see that each number being printed out. So we've started off by setting repeat to 0, and then while repeat is less than 5, it's going to print out repeat, it's going to pause, and then it's going to increment or add 1 to repeat. So I'll just run that one more time and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you see the first time it goes through the loop, repeat is equal to 0, so it prints 0. Then we'll have a little delay, then it'll add 1 to repeat, then it runs through the loop again. Now it prints repeat, which is 1, then a little delay, then it'll add 1 to repeat, which will make it equal to 2, and it'll print that again, and so on as it runs around the loop. Okay, so we're going to add that repeat to our code, and hopefully we'll have our buzzer buzzing 5 times while our green light is on. So Control C to copy, and let's get into traffic. Okay, so we don't need the sleep when green is on. Just delete that and we'll paste our loop in there. So let's get that tabbed in as well. So tabs are very important here, so we need to tab in all the parts of the loop. Tab, tab, tab. So that's okay. Green office. Okay. So we also need to, well, we've got our buzzer here. Great. Okay. So we've imported our LED and our buzzer, and we've our buzzer set up to pin 17. So what we need here instead of print is buzz on. Buzz that on, and don't forget our brackets. I think that 0.2 seconds probably okay. So buzz that off, and our brackets again. So let's run that and see what happens. Okay. So that's not quite working the way I'd hoped. Okay, so I think what the problem is that we didn't put a sleep delay after the buzz off. Okay, so let's run that and see if that improves things. Okay, so there you go. That's our code working properly. Oops, let's run it again. If you end up with your buzzer stuck on, you've no other option but just run the code until it switches off. And then stop it before it turns back on again. Okay, so that's it for this week. Bye.